Well, hello everyone. Welcome to my summer reading vlog. My name is V13, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Déjà Vu. Or should I say, Déjà Dead. That's right, the first book I've chosen for my summer reading vlog is Kathy Reichs' Déjà Dead. This novel is her debut novel, and it's also the inspiration for the Fox drama Bones, which happens to be one of my favorite TV series ever. Besides The Big Bang Theory, it's probably the second up there. The main character, Dr. Temperance Brennan, who I from now on will be calling Tempe, lives in Montreal, where she is a forensic anthropologist after a separation from her husband in North Carolina. Now, the book's plot starts out with her preparing for a long-awaited trip to Quebec City in order to have some relaxation. However, Tempe gets pulled away to a body find that was found by sewer workers in the middle of Montreal, when it turns out that the body was actually there for only a couple of months instead of an archaeological amount of time. That means that Tempe's plans of going to Quebec are ruined, and thus starts the investigation of that Tempe has to work on, and that is the plot of the book. It's quickly identified that the woman is Isabelle Gagnon, who is a young 20-something woman who lived in Montreal and whose body ended up in a plastic bag with a plunger inside of it. Now, the Déjà Vu that is mentioned in the title comes to Tempe when she thinks of another case of a woman named Chantal Trottier, who was found in a very similar state, as well as the fact that both skeletons had lacerations in the very same place, meaning cuts. There were several in the hand bones, in the spinal bones, and I believe in arm bones. The similarities in the investigations lead Tempe to examine both bodies at the same time to see if there is any correlation that can be gained. Along the way, she also meets several people. La Manche, who is the coroner for Montreal and basically her boss, he's not very friendly at all. He is very alienated. He's very frightening to many of his subordinates, including Tempe, and she is very distrusting of him. As well as Constable Claudel, who happens to be the detective that is working on the Gagnon case, with her as sort of her booth counterpart. For those of you who have seen Bones, the Brennan that is in Bones is with a FBI agent named Celie Booth. I kind of see, as far as the book has regressed, that Claudel is Tempe's Booth. Now, as far as coming to Montreal is concerned, Tempe isn't exactly the best. I mean, Quebec is the only province in Canada that actually is, that has a national language of French. As you can see, or as you can't see rather, I'm pointing to Quebec on a map of the United States that I have in this room. And because it's the only province that officially speaks French, Tempe has to learn French, and while she did do that before moving there from Carolina, she had some trouble with, as she called it, le français québécois, or the Quebecian, the Quebecois French. There's not really any other demonym besides Quebecois for Quebec. But she is not that experienced in French as not being a native speaker, but she does find that she does work with her French-speaking co-workers very well. I also found it interesting that the setting of the book is in Montreal versus in the not the movie series, the TV series, the Bones, it's set in Washington, D.C. I suppose this is mostly because it's made by Fox, and so they've decided to create, to make it inside of America, and where better in America than our nation's capital. So, it's a bit interesting, especially considering I don't know French. I know more Spanish than French, and so it's definitely a different language, and trust me, the French language is used a lot in this book, particularly with more official titles like Le Sûreté de Québec, or the Quebec Security, kind of the provincial police. And I'm not even sure that I'm pronouncing that correctly, especially with Chantal Trottier and Isabelle Gagnon. Gagnon, Gagnon, and Trottier, Trottier. For those of you who, in the comments who know French, please help me with my pronunciations, because they are going to come up through this entire book segment of reading, and I want to pronounce it correctly. I think that's about it with this first section of the book. I've read up to the first 4 chapters of the book. I believe I will create annotations on the side of the screen. One will have my percentage of the book that I have read, and the other will have the percentage of the complete total of the 7 books that I have read, so that I can chart my progress and that you can see my progress as I continue throughout the summer. Thanks for watching. Bye!